We all know that any bill has to wipe out the black market and get rid of the dealers for pot. It's got to keep it out of the hands of kids. It's got to make sure that any tax revenue be used to help us fight the addiction challenge that we're facing as a state. It's got to make sure that we increase our ability to deal with impaired drivers and public safety who are on the roads right now. And it's got to make sure that we don't repeat the mistakes of Colorado and make it legal to sell edibles until we figure that one out. Senator Sears has taken the bill a step further and come up with other smart, rational recommendations that will lead us to take a first step to removing the current civil penalties for an ounce or less of marijuana. Vermonters shouldn't be smoking pot. Not a good idea. I don't think Vermonters should be drinking too much either. That's really not a good idea. I don't think Vermonters should be smoking cigarettes. They will kill you. But we must move the black market of marijuana to a smarter, more careful approach where the regulated market keeps it out of the hands of kids and where we put the dealers out of business.
The other point that I would like to make about the black market is these folks aren't just selling marijuana by and large. They have other products that you can try out. And so if we can do a tightly regulated from seed to sale system that does not provide for, it would be pesticide-free, mold-free, quality would be tested, the amounts of THC would be tested. We would know what people are using, and people would know the product that they're getting. I think that is far superior to that black market. But as we started out, one person who said to us, and it's something that I'll keep in mind, don't do it, and then don't legalize it, and then figure out how to do it. You've got to figure out how to do it and how to implement before you go forward with the legalization. I had to believe that if we were going to go beyond just the civil penalty, we would need to change all of our possession statutes with marijuana. We've heard estimates of what you can produce with one plant, from 30 to 36 pounds. I don't know if that's accurate. I've never grown marijuana. I have no idea how to do it. I do my best to grow a tomato now and then. But law enforcement's indicated you can easily get a pound of usable marijuana off a mature plant. So if you start to look at the plants that you're allowing under either S95 or S241 as they were introduced, you need to change all your possession laws. And I'm not willing to do that. So in terms of civil and criminal penalties, as the governor mentioned, our first step would be to remove the civil penalty for those over 21. But one thing I want to point out, the bill will also provide for enhanced penalties for people over 21 who furnish alcohol or marijuana to minors. We think it's important to do our best to keep it out of the hands of kids. And I'd be happy to answer any questions after the commissioner.
Thanks, everybody. One of the conclusions that I came to really quick in this is that if we're going to do this, if the legislature says if we're going to do this, we need to do it right. We learned a lot of lessons in going about looking at what we're going to do in Vermont. We learned from Colorado, we learned from Washington, and to the extent this is kind of self-serving, we have what I believe is the best run therapeutic program in the country. And the reason that we have that program is because we took our time, we looked at what we were doing, we were conscious of what we were doing, and we had a purpose in mind when we did it. To the extent that we're going to go down this road now, we need to have that same mindset as we move toward the legalization, the same mindset we had with the therapeutic program. We need to make sure that we're going slow, we're doing it right, we're being cautious, we're being thoughtful, and we're looking at the entire playing field. That's our goal. And if it passes, depending on how you vote, public safety is gonna be charged with going ahead and implementing this. So I've got a lot of work to do. The people that work for me have a lot of work to do. We can't sit back and say, well, what if, what if? We need to go ahead and we need to start. There's gonna be a lot of rulemaking that's gonna be done. I'm very aware of the risk that this causes on our highways. I need to be looking forward to what do we need to do as far as the public safety response for that. And we're all aware that we have 50+ substance abuse related fatalities every year. That is not acceptable. We can't do that. Whether it's alcohol, whether it's drugs, whether it's a combination of that, we have to do better than that.